Hello Cardfighters, Chris here with Vanguard Central Academy. Welcome back. This is the week 1 for the Nectars, the trial deck evolution for Nectar. So as always, we'll start off with the deck and then we'll talk a bit about my matches. We're using 2 of the new starter. This is in case you have nothing to call early game, you read Asha, you want to be able to use her skill, you want to be able to copy something, so having an extra starter can help with that. And the ability is pretty decent. It's not amazing. It'll probably get better as the deck gets updated. But yeah, pretty decent starter. Running 2 just to help with copying. Grade 3s are next. 4 Ashas as you would expect. 4 of the Bloom grade 3. It gets +6 when it blooms. It's pretty good. And these are all the grade 3s. I had some issues striding, so we're probably gonna get an extra grade 3 in the upgrade. So don't be surprised if you see an extra grade 3. But you know, the deck is really good if you hit Asha. If you don't, you're kind of crying, and it's rough that stride fodders are so expensive, or else we could alleviate that option a little bit. But again, 4 Ashas, 4 of the Bloom grade 3. Grade 2s. Not many options. We got 10k vanillas for defense. We got this Ramona, who if you have 2 Bloom units, she gets +2. So it becomes 11, and she has an on-hit effect. It's counter blast 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and search for a Bloom card, grab it off the top 5, and then you're going to be able to add it to hand. So it's really good for applying extra pressure, making your opponents want to guard your high-powered attacks, which Nectar can get. So I didn't get this off a lot, but it definitely helped me push some shield out of my opponents. And the best grade 2 we have right now is Anelma. When Anelma blooms, you can choose 3 of your units. They all get +2000, pretty good. And then she herself gains the boost ability. So that's pretty much it. You're really hoping, I was really just hoping to get Anelma so I can make plays this week. There's not much you can really do. So that's 12 grade 2s. And the reason for the 12 grade 2s is you notice everything's 4 of, so that way we can copy it. We have the highest chances of still having copies in our deck. Although that might be less of a problem with the starter. Anyway, moving on to the grade 1s, we have 4 perfect guards. We have 4 Penelopes. This is your other option besides Anelma right now. It's actually pretty good. Don't underestimate the Penelope. Because her skill is non-generation break, so it's Bloom, Soul Blast 1, choose 3 of your units, they get +2000, and then if you have GB1, they also get a GB1 effect. If they boost, it's another +2000. So that's actually pretty good because you're giving maybe your two front row units +2, or 1 front row unit +2, but then your boosters are essentially getting +4. And yeah, it costs a Soul Blast, but the +4, that's pretty good. It's a +10 total in total power, so nothing to laugh at with Penelope. Definitely the MVP card for this week. And then we have Nelly, who is a Sour Slicer clone. If you have a copy of her, the same name, or sorry, for every same name, you get she gets +1. So you have 1, it's a 7. You have 2, they're 8s. 3, they're 9s. 4, they're 10s. Decent, but there's a lot better. You know, there's a lot better stuff out there. And then lastly, we got triggers. It's pretty simple. 4 crits, 4 draws, 4 stands, and 4 heals. This is because the Nectar trial that comes with 2 different draws, and I was not about to run 8 draws in Nectar. It's just, I get cards for cloning. Why do I need to draw cards, right? So then strides, 4 of the trial deck stride. It's actually really good. This is so much better than the previous trial deck stride because it gives you that on-call when you stride it. So I was able to have no field, so rather than just copying Ida, I get to call anything from my hands and copy that. And so that's a huge deal. It also gives that unit +5, not too shabby, and if it's Bloom, this skill is essentially free. So it's just a free call +5 before your Asha Strike effect can go off, so you can get copies So that was really great. And then our buddies Scryu and Aglim are back just to give us some defensive power, because I would really cry if we didn't have these. Anyway, that's it for the deck. Tournament we played this time was 4 rounds, so we have the little tournament report on that. It didn't go too well, spoiler alert, but you should probably know that by now watching these guys. So we'll put some pretty things out for you to look at. So the first round was Vanquisher, Narukami. I'm sure you can imagine how well that went. I did get a few good turns. I was able to Selena into Penelope and call more Penelopes and get like a pretty decent first try that was like 16, 26, 26. Pretty good, and then he just killed them all, and then since I don't have I don't have any more Penelopes, so it doesn't help. And then I have to draw into an Elma to really do anything there. And even if I do, I can only get like the 1 copy because there's not really but many copying effects in the deck. It was brutal. It was brutal. So I lost that 2-0. Just got, you know, rolled over by retire effects. Game 2, round 2, we got that 2-1. We actually won one. That was because the player, he's kind of new, he's getting back into the game. There's a lot of decisions he made which definitely hurt him, like guarding, taking a rearguard attack, and then, you know, putting himself in a position where then he's at 4 damage and he needs to guard the Vanguard or else I'll crit him, and then he has to expend more cards guarding the Vanguard than if he just guarded the rearguard and took the Vanguard. So there are small plays like that which made a big difference for me winning. But the same plan, got a bunch of guys out, made power, tried to be as aggressive as possible. Since I could only really pump out 1 good power turn with this setup, I figured I just have to be aggressive. Gotta beat them down as fast as I can. I was calling the starter. You know, I would ride, I'd call the starter over there, and then the next turn I would just go like that, and I would get that, and then maybe get 3 attacks that turn. That's how I was playing, because I knew there's no longevity with these start decks, or these trial decks. So I've gotten the habit of being really aggressive when I play them, just so I can take advantage of while we're still on even playing ground, which is in the early game, and like first stride territory. Once they get past that, they got way better stuff than we could ever hope to get with just 2 trial decks. But that strategy worked out, so can't really complain about that. Got that game 2-1. Next game was Victor. We got absolutely demolished. We held out a little bit, and then he used favorite champ, and then we died. Pushed him to 5 damage. But he still had a decent amount of cards in hand, so that was not a huge accomplishment. And then the next game, we just got grade locked and couldn't G-assist. Well, we did G-assist, but we missed it a couple of times. It was a bad news. So I think I saw her once, and I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna take it. And then I never saw it again. And then I died. So Seabreeze was really strong against me in that situation, because I was being so aggressive. He just took all the damage, and then he Seabreezed me, and then just totally blew me out with the restanding plays, the hitting really good numbers on the 9K Vanguard. So I probably won't ever be grade locking myself against Nova Grapplers anytime soon. And then lastly, we get the 4th round, another 0-2. Bad news for the Neo Nectars. We played against Dimensional Robos. Let's see. Game 1 was pretty close, but I went too ham. I had a perfect guard in hand. It was the last perfect guard. I thought he's at like 4 damage. He doesn't have too many cards in hand. I know he has 1 G guard, so like that could be something that comes up. But I can probably get him because I didn't see him get a perfect guard, and he's only got like 5 cards in hand. So went ham. He had 2 G Guardians. Failed to kill him. And then since I discarded my perfect guard, he was able to die max me next turn and destroy me. And then the game 2 was something along the similar fashion. I got grade locked, showed my hand to him to try G-assist, probably a mistake in retrospect because then he knew I didn't have a perfect guard. Rode, missed it. Missed the G-assist, showed him I didn't have a perfect guard, and then he used the Die Hawk to stride, die Earth, drop Laurel, and that's the game. So that was pretty unfortunate. Lots of grade lock this week. Probably gotta rethink my mulliganing. Might just keep this guy. You know, grade 3 is a grade 3. Can't complain too much, although having Asha makes it so much easier to win games, or at least make them somewhat close. Because in the trial deck there's no way to clone things, so if you ride her, then you're like really just hoping to draw into cards and then playing copies. Like, you just gotta play standard. It's not fun. Anyway, that is it for week 1. Stay tuned for week 2. Make sure to subscribe for week 2. It's going to come out next week. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this deck, what you guys think I should add. Not that it will change what I actually do add. I found that what I'm really missing in this deck is the main deck, which is interesting to me because when I played the Lure deck and the Gear Chronicle deck, I felt like I really needed strides more than like I need to expand the stride zone more than I really needed to upgrade the main deck. But in this case, we need the main deck. A lot of the power is coming in from main deck cloning, having good bloom targets, various things like that. So I'm really excited to upgrade it. Again, stay subscribed for more content like this. Comment down below. Hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the patrons on Patreon for supporting this content. It really helps out a lot. Keep on learning, keep on having fun, and I'll see you in another video.